Well, after missing last Saturday night's meeting here at Club Menangle to attend a UFC match on the Gold Coast to support a mate, Jack Trainor's back in action this Friday night. A nice book of drives. I caught up with Jack to discuss their prospects and also a very interesting upcoming trick he's about to embark on. Well, Jack, first up, how did your mate go in the quest of a title?
Yeah, would rather not talk about that, Mick. Just tucked up to the Gold Coast to support a mate, Caleb Wright out. He's a professional MMA fighter. And he actually got submitted in the third round. He was fighting an ankle injury with torn ligaments from round 2, and so he's trying to fight on one leg. And yeah, just glad I don't have to rely on that to make my money.
I'm just going to say you supported your mate, but you're not into it yourself, are you?
No, I like going down there and training with the boys. It's just something that gets me away from horse racing and keeps me level. But you soon realise that there's levels to it, and about 2 weeks out from their fights, I sort of stay away from the gym. They start hitting too hard for me.
Yeah, it's a very tough and brutal sport at times. I know Brad Abbott likes that type of stuff as well.
Yeah, that's right, Brad. He hasn't been in the ring or anything for a while, but he was right into his kickboxing, and he actually got me down to the gym that I still attend to now. I've been going for about 5 years, and I claim to be a lover, not a fighter.
The gym works great. The other business, stay away.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I'm just glad I don't have to rely on that to make my income.
Well, talking about your income, Jack, let's have a look at your drives on Friday night this week. Brad Osler in the first, very consistent, drawn nicely.
Yeah, he is. He had about 3 or 4 weeks between runs last start, and it was a solid run, 2,300 metres in front. I probably just went a little bit too quick. He's drawn handy where he's going to get a nice run, and he really goes a bad race. So without tipping him over confident, I'm sure he'll fill a place.
Now over to race 3, and James McPherson has 2 runners. Now, after what you just said, one of them may be named after you, Loverboy and Bubba Scrub. I'm talking about the former. You're down to drive both choice at this stage?
Yeah, I'm not sure what one. He actually messaged me last night and asked what one I want to drive, and I told him pretty simple, put me on the winner. So whatever one I stick with is obviously hopefully James's first preference, and I think young Jack Brown's going to drive the others. So yeah, they're both drawn in close enough and have good enough wagga form. So yeah, I'll stand by what one I'm on.
Yeah, apart from that, Bubba Scrub's been racing very well south of the border of late.
Yeah, that's right. He's taken a couple of runs, but I've only just sort of lightly been following him, but his form looks to be pretty consistent, and it's been against okay company too. So sure, James wouldn't be coming all this way if he didn't think that they were competitive being here. He's been here and trained before, so he knows how good they have to be. I'm sure he won't be ringing for no reason.
Jack, race 6, very strong race on the card, featuring Spirit of St. Louis, no doubt the one to beat, but Julian's been very consistent since coming from the John Justice stable.
Yeah, he has. I really like this horse. He was pretty unlucky not to win last start. He got put right back from a handy draw, ended up nearly last, and his sectionals have been great ever since he's arrived from the barn. So he's finally got a nice low barrier, and Spirit of St. Louis is obviously getting ready for his Perth campaign, but yeah, hopefully there's a bit of speed, and the horse like We Even Boppin, drawn 1, I'm sure he'll make it an interesting race.
You also got Perfect Stride in the race, coming off a photo second behind Better Zip It.
Yeah, that's right. He's in pretty good form at the moment too. He's just finding a little bit hard to finish his nose first past the post, but he's also running really good races. So I'll probably stick with Perfect Stride this week. Obviously, I've got a lot of horses for Emilio, so that'll be my decision there. And I think Blake Fitzpatrick will drive Hooley in the end. But yeah, both not without a chance.
Over to race 8, and drawn nicely in 2 is Ranger Bomb. A few starts back second to Max Shard, but has gone right off the boil since.
Yeah, he has. He's had torrid trips ever since too. I think he's been part nearly every start since then. I botched a drive up last week. I put him in a little bit underdone, or 2 weeks ago. I put him in a little bit underdone and told myself I was going to drive him quiet, and then I was the first one to move to the chair and fastly run 2,300. So he's on his last chance. He's got to show that form that he had, like you said, against Max Shard this week. This is a race where he can prove to do it. It's probably the weakest race he's been in a while, and he is handily drawn. So just back right off him, and hopefully that's enough to freshen him up. And yeah, if he doesn't figure in the placing in this race, it'll be the last time you see him race for me.
Do you have a fancy there, Jack?
Oh, I think Hooley in the end is probably my best chance. I think, the way he's been going, if he does get that right run and it's a solid run race, he's my best winning chance. And obviously, it's very hard still to beat Spirit of St. Louis.
Yeah, Jack, on Monday you're ready to embark on a trip. I don't know whether you're going to be classing it as a working holiday, but you're off to the States and Canada to link up with a couple of old mates, in particular one, Dexter Dunn and Todd McCarthy.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm sort of counting down the days, to be honest with you. And yeah, on Monday I fly off to Toronto. I'm going to Canada for a week. Just going to go meet up with another old mate, Paul Court, and also meet an owner of mine that's had a lot of horses through my stable the last year, Mike Tenov, and that part of the trip will be a bit of a working holiday. I'm going to go to Mohawk and go around to some of the farms, hoping to get out to Carmen or Cielos, who's the leading trainer over there at the moment, and I'm sure I'll see a bit of the Toronto City nightlife while I'm there too, but just want to go over and have a look and see how everyone else is doing it. And this is sort of the time of the year where we haven't got any stake races coming up straight after Bathurst, so thought it'd be a good chance to get over there. And from there I fly into Philadelphia, and I'll link up with Toddy and Dex for 2 weeks, and I really can't wait. We've got a few things in the works planned there, and obviously I was lucky I seen Toddy at Christmas time when he come over, and obviously keep in close contact with him, and much the same with Dex, but I haven't been able to see him for about 5 years. Obviously they're both doing awesome things over there, and just looking forward to travelling around with them, seeing their way of life, and a few nights in New York City. And just last week I managed to book a trip to the UFC in Miami for the weekend as well, so I'm just going to duck away for 3 nights on my own, and my favourite fighter from New Zealand is fighting, headlining the card there, so got some pretty good seats, and going to make a good trip of it.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be outstanding, but will you be packing the silks?
Nah, not going to pack the silks. They've sort of asked me if I wanted to have like a trial drive or a qualifier as such, but to be honest, I think I'll have enough room. It won't have enough room by the time I pack a few jackets and a few long pants. It looks like it's pretty cold over there. I might go drive a little bit of track work at some of the other farms while I'm there, but as far as driving, I might just save that for another day.
Well, Dick, you've certainly taken your training and driving to a very high standard here, but the opportunity to learn from some of the elite trainers and drivers in that particular part of the world is going to be a wonderful experience.
Yeah, that's right. Like as you know, Mick, you just never stop learning in this game, and as much as it's going to be a holiday more than a work experience, I'm sure there'll be little things I pick up over there, or can go over there and ask, like you said, some of the world-class trainers and drivers, little bits and pieces that hopefully I can bring back here. But no, really looking forward to it, and obviously just very lucky that I'm able to go for 3 weeks. I got great staff here at Jack and Ash, and trying to cut back on a few horses so that they've got it not having too hard a time while I'm away. But for some reason Jack Brown loves seeing me go. I don't know why, but he must like being the boss or something.
He'll do a wonderful job, and no doubt Ash will be keeping a very close eye on him, but maybe the opportunity to find a Miracle Mile horse, Jack, would be nice.
Yeah, it would be nice. There's been talk of horses coming for that race from over there, but no one's ever sort of seemed to go and do it. But even just to make some contacts for on-selling horses and that down the track, and you just never know when maybe running into the right person at the right time could work in your favour, so really excited.
Well, Jack, you've been a wonderful contributor as far as tipping winners and on this particular segment, so good luck, enjoy the holiday, and we'll see you back bigger, better than ever in a few weeks' time.
Yeah, sounds good. Cheers, mate.